Well, guys, how do you act to, like, first days of school? You know, because some people think, like, oh, there's, like, certain people just, make it a big deal, because they're, like, the cool kids and they don't need to go to school. And then you got the other group that's like, school is cool. So where do guys fall in line with that at? I mean, it's an educational purpose at times. I mean, certain things they teach you is irrelevant to what you need. Yeah. Like certain YouTubers who overuse the word irrelevant. Those sort of individualistic educations are not necessarily important, but yet they must prosper for the welfare of the humanity, others shall say, in some form or fashion. And others will think that school is just straight up sexist, for some unknown reason, or racist, because of something that happened in the 60s. Yeah. But then I think the only person that actually has problems with school are like the North Koreans, and maybe the Ethiopians. I think those two are the only people that actually have educational problems. Ethiopians and North Koreans. Yes. I mean, I don't know necessarily what you guys think of education, but I don't really, it's not necessarily an equal part of humanity, it's just something. But they don't teach you everything that you need to know. Like, how are you going to do taxes? You don't need taxes, you need hardcore math. To that I say no. You need to learn how to tax people, but I don't even know what I complain about. I didn't go to none of your schools, but, back when I was in school, there was a thing called protocol shaking, where each and every single day you would have had individually being basically shooken like a rag doll to make sure you don't have any loose ends, and if you catch my drift. Yeah, there was some weird things going on that time. Like, even though you had school lunches here, you didn't there, you had to sort of hunt your own food during, like, recess. And other things. But, I mean, I'm 759 years old, so things are not necessarily what they used to be. And I've grown quite adept to human society. I mean, I've even grown quite adept to this. Some of you might know what this is. I've grown quite adept to this. You know? Yeah. I mean, also, while I was in this education, I also joined a club called the Math Club. So I was, there with my math club friends. And, one of them named Taka, came up to me and was like, hey, you need to join this awesome club. So I went to go join his club, and it was pathetic. All they did was sew. They sewed sand into paper books. Why? I don't know. And they decided to make quilts out of cardboard, and others, for some reason, were bathing in complete garbage. And other people were taking sharp objects and shoving it inside their arms. It was a mess, and I was like, what is this? And he said, this is what I like to call the Friendship Club. And I was bewildered at this sight of all this gruesome behaving activities like they own the place, and other people rubbing their feces on the wall, and urine went everywhere. Oh, buddy, you should have saw that awful sight. So I rolled up to him and said, "Why you doing this? Why you torturing yourself? Come join the math club. It's fun. You get to do 1 plus 1. And he was just, his hands were shaking, and he said, "Come here." And I went to go see what he wanted to whisper to me, and he said, "We're not friends no more because you hate my friendship club. That means you don't accept my friendship bracelet." And at the time, I didn't know what a bracelet even was, I was only like 96. How was I supposed to know what a friendship bracelet was? And I looked at him and like, "What are you exactly?" And he just went off and with his little smug little face, and he went over there and he did what the other kids did. And I was watching for a small bit, and they opened up like poetry books, and they read some pretty dark poetry about self-harm. It was the weirdest club I ever saw. Because like my schools would basically like have like club. It was like the last period of like, it was like the last class of a day, of an average school day, and they basically were go and just do whatever club you're in. I chose math club. After that moment, I didn't choose math club or friendship club. I just went and I joined the the cooking club. I learned how to cook, even though I was the only male figure in there, and all the other people threw pots, pans, and boiling water on me for the rest of that time. It was like my last year of school anyways, so yeah, that's what happened to me when I was 96. But looking back on it, I think it grew on me, those temperatures and pressures. I mean, back then it was a violent culture that sort of derived from our species. And I was like a royalty, and so I got special privileges on certain things, like I could walk up and fire a teacher that I disliked. That was the only perk I had. I could also banish random people I needed to banish or wanted. But other than that, I mean, you got your lefters, your righters, and then, you know what you got? You got the mature group. The righters are a bit too mature, and yet the lefters are unmature. Yeah, you guys should really understand the grasp and social hierarchy that's within this place. Times you just have to learn that saying no to math is always the right choice. Yeah, I mean, I also, in my first year of school, which started around, like, the age of 8, and I went through about 7, and I, was doing my own thing, building, crafting random boats to hoard sand, because it was a desert all around, and, this one kid with a weird radio walked up to me and like, "Hey, you want to try my radio?" And I was like, No. And he was like, "I know you do." And I kept telling him no. Eventually left insanely and threw the radio at me and just went inside the ball pit. It's the last time we ever saw him. Yesterday I just got done watching Bambi. It's like this Disney film. I cried. Have you seen Bambi's mom die? Who puts that in animation? I don't know who put that there. What was that even for? The North Koreans? Do they like watching parents be murdered? I mean, that happens like every day, but, you know, it sickened me. Let's see. Let's see, should I educate you people on some old classic things? I don't think so. Well, you guys should know the basics. 1 plus 1 equals 2, and 2 plus 2 equals 4, and 4 plus 4 equals 8, and 8 plus 8 equals 16. Yeah, you guys should know the basics. But what you guys don't know is the logisticity of math. Here, let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to take this, you see, blank. Watch as I do some math problems for you. Now we have a z, clearly see, the z. Hold on, I'm going to do it right. Okay guys, I'm back with this logisticity of math, and I came to a conclusion. And I'm going to rewrite this problem down in the comments so you fancy guys can understand how to fully do your math better, you see? See, it says a 5 plus a equals 2 plus 3. Z plus 3 equals 4 subtracted by 5 subtracted by 8 equals 41. Now the z and 3 become 41, which are subtracted by 5, just subtracted by 8, equals 28 plus 1. G equals 29, subtracted by 3 equals 25. So its entire equation simplified to 25. Try to disprove that. Now that's the logisticity of math. You know? That is the logisticity of math. I mean, if you disagree with this equation, tell me why in the comments below. Because this equation is 100% fact. Anyways, let's begin with the phone. Do you guys phones? I found this phone like 3 days ago. Found this phone like in a sewage gutter. You know, I thought to myself, it's a free phone. Look at it. It's a free iPhone 4. You know, I don't know much about iPhones, but it's the first phone I had since I came to this forsaken place. You people are horrible. And people tax teachers, you tax children. Some of you even put children in concentration camps. And others put and beat the living crap out of old people for supporting a different political figure than you. I don't know if you guys are aware of that, but these things happen. It sickens me. I really wish I can go back. But I don't think there's anything to go back to. I think it's just a wasteland now. Probably. I left it to die. But anyways, I have to understand the logisticity of math is that. So how do you guys act on the first day of school? Are you like those one of those cool and hip kids who think that everything should go their way, like those feminists who think everything's sexist? Or are you like one of those other kids that just don't care about anything and that just want to get through life? I'm going to show you all something. If you have a circle here, then you have another circle here. Which one is bigger? That's my question. Which one of these circles is bigger? I'll try to draw like a little arrow pointing to it here. I'll make that a bit more perfect so you can see it. But which circle do you think is bigger? I think it's that one. Anyways.